of this video is to go over 3.8, number 57, and we're asked to determine the point where the curve has a vertical tangent line, and then does the curve have any horizontal tangent lines. So for part A, we want to find if there is any vertical tangent line. So looking at the graph, we would expect to see a vertical tangent line. Looking at the graph, we wouldn't expect to see a horizontal one. So we can see that in the algebra, when we differentiate this with respect to x, using implicit differentiation, we're treating y as a function of x. So differentiating x would be 1, but differentiating y, you have to be careful. So the derivative of 3x is 3, plus when you differentiate this function, you have to be really careful because y is a function of x. So you would have 12y times dy over dx. That's an important step there. Minus dy over dx equals 0. So now if I solve for dy over dx, factor out a 12y minus 1, set that equal to minus 3. dy over dx is minus 3 divided by 12y minus 1. So a vertical or horizontal tangent is, a vertical tangent is when this doesn't exist. Horizontal tangent would be when dy over dx equals 0. So we're looking for the vertical tangent. When does this function not exist? Well, it doesn't exist when the denominator is 0. So we have a vertical tangent when 12y minus 1 equals 0. So that's going to be 12 when y is 1/12. So when y is 1/12, to get the point x comma y, I'm going to plug y back into this equation and solve for x. And when I do that, I end up with x is 169 over 72. So looking at the graph, sorry, I had the wrong graph on there for a minute, but looking at the graph, that makes sense. For this is approximately 2.34. So looking at the graph, you zoom in on that, that makes sense. Now you can't really rely on the graph because you don't have the ability to graph necessarily during an exam, but it's nice to kind of check your work on the homework. So you can view the graph. Does your question make sense? Does your answer make sense? A horizontal tangent would be when the derivative equals 0, and you can see the derivative is never going to be 0 there, so there is no horizontal tangent. If you have any questions on this, let me know.